Where in the Bible does it say that you're supposed to believe God for something? The Lord just spoke to me and said, all these people teaching that you're supposed to believe God for something, many times it's just witchcraft. Because if God wants you to have something, he'll tell you, he'll give you a promise, and it could be 20 years out. But if you're believing God for something and you're constantly nagging him to get it, when you do get it, it's witchcraft, because you got it by nagging and constantly telling him, this is what I want. This, and then when you get it, it's your reward. There's no reward in heaven for nagging God and getting it. If you want your reward in heaven, you surrender those things. This girl who put $3,000 into the offering and said it was her alabaster bottle, and then she said she went back to Colorado and she had to ride a bike, and she was starting to murmur and complain against God. And you promised me, Lord, and I'm believing you for this. And then she went back to the river and she got a new car. She gets no inheritance in heaven. She got something way better than her puny little $3,000. And now that car becomes an idol in her heart, where she's bound up in it, and probably... And if that happened 20 years ago, now that car's in the junkyard or has transmission problems, and she's believing God for something else and probably complaining and murmuring about the car that was her breakthrough 20 years ago. God, you know this car I need a better car now. This car's 20 years old and it's got over 140,000 miles on it. It's just not God's best for me. And Pastor Rodney's teaching them to complain. And you know what? Even in prosperity, Pastor Rodney never learned obedience. So Pastor Rodney's raising up a whole bunch of weeds, and he's preparing them for the fire. And they're all getting bundled in his church. And unless God shows up and does something against Pastor Rodney and uses Pastor Rodney as a demonstration of that which is evil, which we see his face. But these people are so loco cuckoo and so in love with the world and so in love with having their ears tickled and their itching little ears tickled that they'll just disregard the clear signs and turn aside to follow after Satan intentionally. And that's what Pastor Rodney wants. He wants to be Satan. He wants to be the overlord, Satan's overlord over a bunch of Eric Gagnon minions.